back in the shop. Shop dogs, what are you doing today? Nobody's doing anything. Shadow, Cisco, what are you doing? Shadow, say hi. Hey, hey. You guys aren't cooperating today. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. Yes, I know you don't know what the sit means yet. So we're back and seeing the time lapse there of me working on this part where we left off last night. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. Oh, we got a light here giving us some issues. That's a little better. So what I found, not making excuses, my weld sucked, I should have known it. But what I ended up finding was I had good weld down here on the replacement panel, but then up where I'd welded and actually got some weld into the original metal, my weld had kind of peaked up there. Basically, I had heat there and it burned the metal out. So I had a little peak kind of, and it just burnt that metal out. So I had more of a hole. It wasn't really attached. So you've probably seen me went in and ground that down, ground it out, got me a little bit of a V in there. Actually went in and when I tried to attach, and that's when I noticed my original metal was burning away. Stop shutting off. Anyhow, now my camera's shutting. Okay, I gotta figure out what's causing these hand motion commands for my camera. Back in the day, they'd leave those holes, and if you've ever worked on any old vehicles that have had bodywork I don't know, 90s, I don't know when they started the paintless dent stuff, but you'll see little worms on the back side of those holes. You'll see little worms of Bondo, and that actually helped to hold the Bondo in. But so that's why I say I'm not real worried with these little holes I got here. The fiberglass is even better for that. So that's where I'm gonna stop. Like I said, I know I've got good attachment here now, top and bottom. I got enough weld in there, and I'm gonna come in and smooth me some fiberglass in there. Actually, I'll probably I may grind this back a little bit more. That's where I got that Bondo, but in this area you can actually, I don't know if you can see it, but that actually right there is actually the fiberglass that I put in on that seam the first time. So I'm gonna smooth me some fiberglass in there, let it set up, block it down, see what I need, if I need any Bondo product or just some glazing, or maybe it'll be good. I may have to come back, because actually when I was working on this and putting the guide coat on and then sanding it, there was a place where I was actually sanding my Bondo off. So I'll just make sure I've got a good layer on there to where I can block it, and then hopefully that'll turn out good. I can hit it with the self-etching high build primer. Work on the other spot over here. It shouldn't take but just some blocking, and hopefully then this rear quarter will be ready for the final primer. So thank you all for coming back. We'll get you set up here on time lapse and bring you back for show you how things end up, and we'll keep at her. Hope you're having a good day. Well, here we are, another day in the shop. Shop dogs, y'all good to go today? Shadow, Cisco, Jax, y'all good to go? You gonna help Dad today? We see what Cisco's gonna do. So, new day in the shop. Haven't done anything for a couple days, but plan for today to get back on this rear fender where I had that crappy weld. I've got that hit with self-etch primer, self-etching high build primer. I'm actually going to give it a little shot of guide coat. My hope today is to hopefully get this thing finished out. We'll see how the day goes, how much is still screwed up there. Get that done, then I may try to go to work on this side. I know, I've been jumping around, and I've been going to do this side for several videos. Hopefully today we'll get to it. And then the other thing I done, if you remember, my last video, I think it was, maybe the one before, I was talking about this bottom down here, and hell, it's kind of crunchy and may need some work. But I did go out and my other door down, and it's in pretty good shape. The bottom of it's got a little bit of a Congo right here. I can hammer that out, get that straightened out. The bottom surface rust, but it seems good and solid. I'll have to take off this. I'm guessing that was a hold the weather strip on. I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit of body work, straighten it out there, make sure this actually works. I'll lube that up good. That's the door stop. Don't think it's bent. Not sure why that's sticking so far down in. It's kind of like the others. It needs got a little spot right here. Needs welded. This bracket here needs straightened out. Same thing, it's got these cracks on both sides just like the other doors did. They don't have the hardware on it, but that's no biggie because I can pop it right off the other one and put it on. So nothing else. Maybe I get that done today. Get it stripped down of all the, it's still got a few molding clips on it. Top and bottom. Go ahead and get the door handle pulled off, lock out. I'll just go ahead and get it all stripped down, and it looks like I was maybe doing something here. It's got a little hungo in it, but it's not bad. I don't know if I can reach up in there to tap that out, but I think that's going to be a lot better option for the door. Other than dealing with all the things I was looking at on that one. You know, I can tell I got some work in this one, but I can also tell I didn't strip off all the old paint. So, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and swap it over, and well, it's going to be interesting to see how it lines up, because I believe, I don't know. I still can't tell which one was the original door on this car. But that's the plan for today. I want to welcome you all back. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, so in that time lapse, you guys see me playing with the heat gun there. You probably didn't notice, but after a while I was looking at the heat gun because I thought it had more than one heat setting. Well, it don't. And I was actually cooling my metal instead of heating it. So anyhow, we got that figured out. But it didn't work like I had hoped. So I've been playing with the little torch here, and it's very interesting. Most of the YouTube guys that I watch doing, metalwork and that kind of stuff, when you're putting patches in or even welding a crack, they all say to keep the heat off of it, do your tack, and then cool it with air. So that's what I've always done. Well, I was watching Carter Auto Restyling the other night, and he actually disagrees with that. And he showed it. He proved it to me in his video. Because he does his welding, and like I say, he does some fantastic metal work. And there's a couple ways that he does it. One way is he does his tacks, and while they're still hot, he'll take and hit them quick with a grinder, or depending on if your welds are good enough, which mine typically aren't, he will hit them with a hammer and a dolly. And because what happens is, your metal heats and cools, so you're trying to keep it from heating up too much and deforming. So you hit it with that, typically with an air gun. He does his tacks, comes back, grinds it, hammer and dollies it, and then he will, I believe what he done the other night, then he hit that seam that he just welded with a torch. He says you need to let those type of things cool naturally. He said those metal molecules move when you heat it up, and if you, he says those metal molecules move when you heat it, which makes sense because we can't see it. It's hard to believe some of this stuff, but he said those metal molecules move. If you hit it with air and cool it too fast, they don't go back to where they would normally go. His philosophy is to let that cool naturally so that those molecules get in there and they find where they like it best. So I watched him do that, and I was amazed. I mean, like I say, I've always used air to cool on those types of welds. And hopefully, I haven't figured out any way to demonstrate it yet. You see me doing it with the my heat gun. That didn't work, so I got a little, just a little torch, and I tried it on some spots on my fender over there that I was working, and let it cool. Well, so then I came back to this one, and hopefully we will have, I took a picture of it earlier, and hopefully that'll give us a good idea of where these lows were. I mean, you can still see some of them, they're real obvious and they're gonna need more work, but there's one right here. This one here is getting better. This one here is all but gone, and like I say, hopefully we can pick these up in the pictures that I took. This one and this one are all but gone. I mean, I can't even feel them, but there's still some guide coat in there. So what I've been doing, and like I say, I don't want to get too carried away because I don't want to oil can it, but these, hopefully I can put that picture up and you can see that these actually have expanded where what would be the high, well, so your high spot, let's just say this one was in here. What happens is when I heat those, let them cool down naturally, come back and block them. Basically, I'm that means I'm taking out more of the primer, and then you're actually seeing more of what could be a high spot. So we're still a little high here, still a little high here. That's why that's not blocking out right there. But as I heat those and let them cool, and then I hit them with the block again, those low spots are going away. And like I say, I don't know if I can get you set up here because I turned my torch on very, very low. If I can get set up here, I'll demonstrate it. About the size of a sharpened pencil, maybe a 1/4 inch blue flame. And then when you come in here, and you can feel, so like this one here, it all feels pretty even. That one there, I can still feel that because this is high spot that's had primer on it. Same way I can feel that this here is still high. That's why this isn't sanding out. This is pretty good here. I can't feel any difference there with my finger other than where that, sorry. I can't feel any difference here between my metal and my primer, but I can still feel some scratches and the guide coat there. So basically what I do is I come back in here and I don't heat it up too much. I'll start in a big area, and if you've ever took a torch and heated metal, you can see it looks like you're melting frost off, and then it'll spread out, and it does that twice. You get it one temperature and you can see it form and it goes, and then the second temperature, a little hotter or something, you can see that again. And what I've been trying to do, actually what I've been doing is, so where it was originally, let's say it was, right here. I will go ahead and start in my biggest spot here, and as that frost melting, let's call it, you can see it travel. And rather than leaving just my heat right there, I will try and take and bring that into these high spots, and I'm actually expanding that metal. My little leprechaun hat here. This one I think, and maybe that's where I'll set up. You probably can't see it, but this one's actually feather edging till you get right down here, and it's got a little ledge where the primer is, just like this over here. This is feathered good here, and then I can start feeling an edge on that high build primer. Sorry, I'm trying to watch my finger here and watch the camera at the same time. Same thing over here. Feathered, little bit of a ledge on both sides of the primer there, and I can feel the ledge down here. And if you look, hopefully my light's good enough, you can see I still got some a low here, and a low here, and low right there, where this high is still holding me from blocking that. I hope you're going to stick with what I'm trying to tell you here. So I will take, and actually, I'm not going to put any more heat up into here. A little bit right there. So to work on these two and maybe get that together. I really don't feel a low there, but I'll work on here, and I'll work on here. But yeah, you can take your finger and just feel that ledge. So I'll work this down here. I'll work this right in here, where you can feel, hey, where you can feel that ledge. Guys, there's no burglars. So like I say, this has been a pretty cool awakening here, especially for an amateur body work guy like me. So these highs are probably from when I put that patch panel on, and then I was hitting it with that air cooling it, so that upper part didn't get a chance to cool it. Oh, if you notice, my hand gestures aren't shutting off the camera anymore. I got that fixed. But so those molecules never did find where they wanted to lay right. And I have not touched that with a hammer and dolly. Just that heat, let it cool off, and I mean let it cool good. And just a little trick from a veteran firefighter. When you go to see if it's cooled off, you touch it with the back of your hand. That way you can still hold, if you get burnt, you can still hold tools and stuff, and you don't burn your fingers. You can still work on stuff. When we used to do what was called cold trailing on wildland fires, and you check to make sure your ashes are all cold and stuff. We was taught that. Use the back of your hand. That way if you get burnt, you still got the front of your hand. You can hold a shovel or a Pulaski or something like that. So it's been interesting, and like I say, I started working on it here. I didn't take a picture of this one. I got a pretty good low there, but I got a high here, see? And this is actually, it's amazing to just hit that with heat, let it cool, come back and block sand it, and as you take, with every stroke of that paper, you can see that guide coat disappear. So that was just pretty amazing to me. I had to bring you guys back, and like I say, I'll see if I can get you set up here so you can actually watch at least one of the little things. I don't know how it's going to show up in camera, but we'll see what we can do. Hope you're having a good day. Stand by. Okay, so we're going to try this with me actually holding the camera and narrating. And we'll see how it works. I just burnt some of the hair off my hand. But so with the torch, let's see if we can get that where you can see it. Just a little bitty flame there. And what we're going to do, bear with me here. So we're going to work on this one first. Okay, like I say, I know this whole bottom needs to come down, and we need a little bit right up there. So if you watch, see that color change? See that frost melt type thing? I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not. It's just like frost melting moving up through there. You got two different colors. You got one out there in front and then this one right here. I'll do a little bit more over on this one. So you got two different color changes there. I hadn't hit this one a little bit. Hopefully you can see that moving there. I'm gonna go up into that little area, and I'm not even getting this hot enough to burn a primer or anything like that. It's just go ahead and do a little bit down here, because I've actually seen this whole, see there. Oh, hopefully you can see that. I can't see my viewfinder. Another little one there. I don't know if I've done this one, but I'm gonna hit it just a little bit more right in there. We'll let those cool now. Hopefully that comes out on the video, and when I'm editing, I'll take a close look at it. Like I say, I'll put up a picture. In fact, I'll go ahead and take another picture right now. I've tried to figure out how I could mark those edges so you could see how much of that, when those highs go down, then how much more primer goes off when I'm blocking. But I really can't. I thought about marking it with a marker, but basically all that's going to show is that I sanded off the marker. So I'll think about it. If I find a good way to show you how much it works, I'll do it. But like I say, biggest thing I'm going to do is take a picture. I'll take a picture now, compare with the one I had before, and then I'll see how this works. I'm hoping I can come back and actually show you that about 1, 2, 3, 4 of those lows are gone with nothing more than giving it a little heat, letting it settle back to where it wants to, and then blocking, and the primer comes off. So I know I'm rambling now. This thing just it's amazing to me and interesting. So hopefully if you guys have never done this like I hadn't, I've done fixed oil canning and stuff on my Jeep, but that was just on a flat panel, and was just one where we got too much heat because I didn't know as much back then as I do now. But yeah, I'm curious to see now how the other side and my door and my hood, this technique work, and I'm going to be using this a lot more than hammer and dolly and high build primer. So I'll bring you back here in a little bit. Alrighty, I'll bring you guys back here for a little while. It's the end of the day. Getting ready to go ahead and watch some NASCAR races. Daytona week, but let me show you this over here. So in between this, I've actually been doing a little work on the door and starting to get the hardware off of it and get it cleaned up and stuff. And interestingly enough, I found at least one, and I was trying to pound it out a little bit, but I noticed I couldn't feel it on the outside. And so turned it over, figured it had Bondo in it or something. Yeah, it has something in it, but it's not Bondo. I think it was this one right here. Can't do that on metal. So what we've got is there was a repair here. And I'm still undetermined if this ain't my door, I can tell you that. Not the one I had on it's not off of my car. So we had the red oxide primer, we had a blue, we had a pink, and then yellow. And there was a spot where it almost looked like maybe they had put a skin of Bondo over the entire car, but I don't think so. Anyhow, don't matter. It's going to get stripped completely down. And then we get to play with some lead. We got a spot there, one there, one there. I went ahead and knocked off these spots up here, but that's not leaded there. So we're gonna get this all knocked down, and the one thing I did learn, if you go over and watch Carter Auto Restyling, he's actually got tools and stuff. He'll put lead in some of his metal work to finish it, but. Basically, all I'm going to do, I'm going to take it out, because one of the things he brought up was he's in the process of working on an old 50-some Chevy pickup, 53 maybe, I don't know. And he found some lead in it. He said you need to take that completely down, because you will never get a good waterproof, rust-proof bond between your original metal and the lead. So at the very least we get to play with taking some of this out. We'll have to make sure the dogs are in the house so they're not over here trying to chase the lead as it falls out. So I'll be taking those completely down. Hopefully they're not too bad because there's actually a couple here. I don't even know if I can reach. I can't even reach up in there now. But part of them I cannot get to because they're under this door edge here. This one I can. I couldn't really, I don't remember being able to feel this one. This one I definitely could. So at the very least, part of this door is going to get some mud, maybe some glaze. We'll see. We got a lot of them, a lot of little things like this, and I can't hardly feel them now. But what I'll be doing is I'm just going to get this whole thing. I'll get those dug out with a grinder or the DA or something, and I can feel a little bit of a high right there. This feels good. At the very least, they'll get some glazing putty. Back over here, man, this is really interesting. I'm having fun with this. So I still got a little bit of a low right there. But as I sand this, as I block it, see right now on this side, I can't even feel the transition between, I can't even feel the transition between the primer and the metal. Even here, I've got a little bit of self-etching, or not self-etching primer. I've got a little bit of guide coat there. That one's come out good. This down here, I'm probably gonna have to change and go a little heavier grit because it's actually, I'm gonna have to take out some of my Bondo that was in there. This one, believe it or not, is getting smaller because as I block this, and like right here, I can still feel the hump there in the metal. I can feel that high. This feels good. That's about as good. I'm sure at some point here, trying to do this, you're diminishing returns, and not going to get any more. Like I say, this one, the only way I can barely feel a little bit right there. But as I work this and block it, it reveals. You can see how it kind of travels to where the high spots are, and actually a couple of them are. I've done this all along here. They're trying to come and meet. They've been missing each other. This has been an interesting and educational process. So I've still got probably another day on this because I haven't even got down around the bottom yet. I'll get to a point tomorrow probably where I put another coat of the self-etching high build on it and give it a couple days to set, throw some more guide coat on it, and go back to sanding. So the goals today were to get that done. Didn't happen. Get this worked on. Didn't happen. Get my door down here and start working on it. So that's what I was doing. There's just another note on that quarter panel back there and heating those high spots. Make sure and let it dry cool before you start reblocking it. And I mean, it don't take long doing it with that torch like that. But make sure it's go off to the side or something, and make sure it's the same temperature as the rest of the car. So, you know, I can go along here. I can feel that whole thing high right there, and you can see it's coming together. So next time I'll probably go ahead and heat this whole thing up and see if it'll settle back down. If not, I might be able to do some tapping on it. But the rest of it, man, it feels good. It feels nice and smooth. So, like I said, that's gonna do it for tonight. Gotta take the dogs, shop dogs, Shadow. What are you doing? You ready to go eat? Are you hungry? Are you getting hungry? Are you hungry too? Okay. Well, they're all, hey. Okay, I heard you. Take them in, get their dinner. Throw me some chicken wings and I don't remember what else I got. Oh, I got some shrimp. So yeah, it's gonna be shrimp and chicken wings while I'm watching the race. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow probably, and till then, have a good one. Later.